Hi everyone. So I had made this brooder a while back. It has really served me, but it's starting to fall apart. So I want to make another one. So it fits roughly about 20 chicks. I know that is not okay, but it works. So I want to replicate that design. So this is where I go to get my boxes from this guy at the market who sells apples. So he's trying to select some good boxes for me. So yeah, I got some. These are the only tools you need: sellotape, scissors, sometimes a knife helps. So I've already started the process. I want to show you how I do it. He didn't have very good boxes this time. I'm just trying to figure these boxes out. One is smaller than the other, so I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to merge them together. I really complained to that guy that I didn't like the boxes this time. This one was dirty, it was torn, so I had to fix it. Anyway, we'll just use what we have. So I've already started trying to join that part with the other part. I'm going to seal that space in the middle. This is the bottom of the box, so I've already sealed it. So we are not striving for perfection here. We are striving for functionality. And also bear with me with the noise at the background. There's a lot of renovations going on here in the house, so we are sealing it. We don't want sawdusts to come out from the bottom, and we don't also want the chicks to fall from the box to that space in between. I want to now join the two boxes together. As you can see, one box is smaller than the other, but that's okay. So this is like maybe we can't call it a 2-bedroom house. Maybe it's a double room for the chicks. They can eat from one place and sleep in the other. So you see, it's looking good. So we turn the box. Now we want to join the bottom. We want the boxes to be stuck together so that even when you move them around, you can move both of them together, because the two boxes are serving the same purpose. Things are looking good so far. So we're going to turn the box. It's looking good. I'm happy with my work. As you can see, we are 80% done. So now we're going to try and make the door so that the boxes can make sense together. So this is where the chicks will be walking through from one room to the other. I decided to do this with a knife because it's hard to do it with scissors. And please be very, very, very careful when you do this, when you're doing this. It's very dangerous. I should be using a box cutter, but I have misplaced mine, so we are going to use a knife. I was really struggling here, but I had to do it. We had to make a door. Finally, we now have a door to connect one space to the other. I didn't cut the door. I decided to enforce the floor for the chicks. So that door covered, there was a certain hole under the door, so I decided to cover it with the door. So you need a lot of sellotape for this project. Sellotape is also very good because it seals the moisture from the water that you give the chicks. So I was trying to measure for a carpet. The chicks obviously need a carpet. That's what I was doing there. So I was just trying to do a fitting for a carpet for the smaller room. So remember, here we are not striving for perfection. We just want it to function the way we want it to function. That's why I'm not using a ruler here. I'm just using my eyes. I was not very happy with my carpet. It was very small. It was even smaller in that other room. So I decided to make another one. I was equally not happy with the second one I made, but we move on. I went and got some soil from the other chickens because I didn't have sawdust. I figured these would do because this environment is the same environment with the other bigger chicks, so they might as well adapt early. I think it's looking good. Our house is looking good. The holes are very important because the chicks need ventilation, but the box comes with the ventilation, so that's okay. I'm happy with how everything is turning out so far. So I was just admiring my construction. I was very happy with myself. So at this point, I was ready to transfer my chicks from this old box to the new one. As you can see, my bigger box, my previous project was bigger, but this other one is smaller. So I realized that I made a very, very, very huge mistake because I was supposed to use the covers for the bottom and the bottoms as the covers, so I was already fed up. I decided to be creative because I was not going to start all over again. I wasn't going to do it again, so I decided to cut the sides because the brooder needs a cover. If you don't cover your brooder, your chicks are going to run away. So you have to cover the brooder. So I decided to enforce the cover. The cover was not looking good. As I had told you earlier, the boxes that I was sold this time were not very good, but the guy didn't have any more boxes, so I had to use what I had. But then got for sellotape. This sellotape, in my own opinion, is the best because it's big. As you can see, things are looking good already. These boxes were so worn out. He should have actually just gifted me the boxes, but he sold them at 50 bob. There was no discount, but it's okay. We have sellotape. So yeah, so we are testing it, and I'm happy with that. So far, it's better than doing the project all over again. So I'm going to do the same thing to this box. I'll cut the side. I kept going back to check if the camera was still recording. I was in a rush here to go and pick my son from school, and I didn't have any other time to do this project. So I couldn't afford not to film every step because I didn't have time. So yeah, we are cutting the other box to cover the other brooder, the second room. This one has windows as well, and it is working perfectly, and I'm happy with that so far. Yeah, so it's time to transfer our chicks from the old house to the new house. The older house has served me for a very long time. Many chicks have gone through this brooder. My chicks are there. They have never seen sunlight, so they're in shock. It's time to transfer them. As you can see, the chicks are of different ages because they hatched at different times. Some are big, some are small. I was just realizing that some of these chicks are too big for the new house, so I'll end up taking the bigger chicks to the other chicken coop. It's time for them to join the other chicks. So the chicks were in shock, and they were also excited at the same time because they have spent all their lives here in these brooders. They have never seen sunlight, they have never seen outside. So they were excited, but they can't fly away because they don't know where to go. They are exploring the environment, wondering what is out there. When the chicks start flying like this, I know now it's time for them to join the other bigger chicks because they have outgrown the the brooder. And also, it's also very dangerous for them to stay with the other smaller chicks, because when it's crowded, the smaller ones run a risk of death. Some of them die because the bigger chicks squash them when they are sleeping. So I'm going to transfer about 1, 2, 3, about almost 7 chicks, big ones. But I'm going to film that. You're going to see that at the end of the video. So yeah, the chicks are in their new home. I want to feed them. That's the starter crumb for the chicks. It's very nutritious. This is what I feed them from day 1 of hatching. So the chicks were quite hungry. They were excited, but I don't think they were satisfied with their small house. They were used to a big house, but we had no choice. This is what we had to work with. So they're having their lunch. This is what I do every day. I feed them every day, about 2 to 3 times a day. That's why they're looking very healthy. I'm going to do a video on how I feed them, the small chicks and the other bigger chicks and the big chicken. I'll do a video on that. So as you can see, they are quite crowded in this brooder. So we'll remove the big ones and leave the small ones. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the project. This is a project that you can do in your own house, in your kitchen. You can hatch eggs, raise chicks, and sell them in your own house. You don't need to have a very big space. You can even get bigger boxes than mine. You can even join 4 boxes. Yeah, there's a window over there. Remember, the ventilation is very important. So you can even join 4 or 5 boxes. So this is the old brooder. This is why I needed a new brooder, because this one was worn out. But I can repair it and use it again. It's not in a very bad condition. So I usually put the manure in that metallic box. So this is me transferring the big chicks from the brooder to the bucket. I was trying to figure out where the other bigger chicks were. Some were flying away. So the chicks are wondering what's happening. Where are you taking our roommates? So the space is already looking bigger with only the small chicks. I think these smaller chicks are going to be more comfortable. And also the bigger chicks might get too big and not fit through the door. So that transition is important. So once I transition them, these are the chicks in the buckets. So I'm transitioning them to the other chicken coop with the bigger chicks. These are the bigger chicks. So the chicks have been transferred. Those are the 3-4 chicks. As you can see, they are so excited to have a lot of space. They even want to fly away. So they're just exploring their environment. I think you can see the confused chicks are the ones that just came. The others are busy eating. They're always eating. So these other chicks are fitting right in. They're already eating. They are happy with their new space. They're happy with their new friends. So we are going to observe them for a few days and see how they do. So the other chicks in the brooder will also come here once they are big enough. And once these chicks get big, they will go to another room where they will join the other bigger chicks. Please remember, I do not have any experience with chicken farming. For me, it's just trial and error. I had made a few mistakes in the beginning, but I'm learning as I go. So if you see any mistakes with what I'm doing, please remember. You see, those are the chicks. Remember that I am an amateur, who is just trying out something new. So I'm very determined to figure this chicken farming out. That's my bantam. I was told that if you have that bantam chicken with the wings protruding out, I was told that your home cannot be attacked by evil spirits. I don't know how true that is, but the chick is just here for the aesthetics. It's not for repelling any evil spirits. It's just here for the aesthetics of it. I love how it looks. I'm not sure whether it's a male or a female. Yeah, so the chicks are fitting right in, and I'm happy with where we are with this project. As I said, I'm going to make a video on how I feed them, on the routine, how I feed them, how I clean for them. Unfortunately, I don't know the varieties of my chickens, but I'll figure that out as I go. This is after I made my first brooder. you always have to remember that heat is very important, especially when the chicks are very small. That's why I put it in the kitchen. So this was the very first time when the chicks hatched from the incubator. This was the reason why I decided to make this brooder, because I didn't want to take these small chicks to the big house. By the way, these are the chicks you just saw. They are now big chicks. Okay, some of them died, but most of them survived. I'm just demonstrating how I open and close the brooder. This was, I think, the best brooder I ever made, the very first one. As you saw earlier, my brooder didn't come out this good, but I didn't have good boxes, but it's okay. This one had doors, it was bigger, I had sawdust. Yeah. Those holes are important for ventilation, and they're also important because I can see what my chicks are doing. Sometimes I catch them staring at me. Yeah, but I like seeing what they're doing. These ones were very small. I hadn't bought the drinkers and the feeders, so I was just using a plastic plate. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. See you in the next video.